Hey, what's crazy about network marketers, we talk about leverage, being able to earn income on the efforts of lots and lots of other people, which is a beautiful thing. But so many people in network marketing don't leverage themselves in all these other amazing ways that save them time, save them money. And that's what we're going to talk about in today's episode. Okay, so let's talk about leverage today. So my name is Todd Falcone. I am a network marketing trainer. I've been doing this for a long time. And the fact that the network marketing profession has been my home for 3.5 decades. So it's kind of all I know, really. So, I mean, I know some other stuff, but this has been my business world. So, when I first looked at network marketing back in, I'll just say 3.5 decades ago, I heard this whole concept of, here's this business where you can share product with other people, make a retail profit, build a team. There's no limit to the size of your team, and you have leverage. And this is I was 22 at the time. I didn't even know what leverage was, but conceptually, it made sense to me. And so I didn't have any baggage of a relative that tried network marketing, a friend, it's one of those things. I didn't have any of that because I just had never even heard of it. It didn't exist prior to my exposure to it. And so I bit into it. I've been in it ever since. And, honestly, I'm never going to leave this space. I can't imagine doing anything else. But here's the thing, there are so many other ways that networkers, if you're in network marketing, chances are you're not maximizing your leverage when it comes to just the daily things that we do in the business. And I'll give you a few examples. I did a live about this, I think a couple weeks ago, but I wanted to make sure I get this out in kind of permanent land for you guys to ponder and really consider, because it's going to make your life a lot easier. So, a couple examples like follow through or follow up. While you're not going to fully automate that, I think it's really important for people to connect. This is a human business. This is an engagement business. But the idea of why wouldn't you have all of your customers on an automated follow-up system where they're getting emails from you and saying, hey, I appreciate you being my customer. Through this little follow-up routine, I provide tips and tricks on how to get best use of the product and ideas. And it's just you having these touch points that are automated without you having to do it. Now, I'm not saying pick up the phone and say, hey man, how you feeling on the products? But it's a great idea to have that kind of follow through that's automated, something like Aweber or MailChimp or something like that. One thing you don't want to do is you don't want to just add somebody to a broadcast list and start messaging them, because honestly, that pisses a lot of people off. So it's not hard to get their permission and say, hey, every customer, I put them into this follow-up sequence that, just basically is helping you to really get the maximum use out of these products. I'm going to send you to this page. You mind putting your name and email address in there? This is the only information you're going to get, and it's only coming from me. Oh, yeah, no problem. So it's not hard to do that. Just don't put people into a list that they didn't ask to be in. How about your prospects? You talk to a prospect. If they opted into a page, let's say a capture page to look at information about your company or products, there would definitely be an educational follow-up sequence that further educates them on the company, the products, the profession, your commitment to it, and so on. How about your existing distributors? You got a brand new distributor that you just signed up in the business. They should most certainly be in some type of automated follow-up process. This I don't know. I work hard, but I would rather work less. And here we all talk about the leverage on the income, earn income on the efforts of other people. But then a lot of times network marketers are not leveraging themselves to the maximum capacity that they could be. Let's talk social media for a second. So there are tools out there that help you to schedule your posts. I've talked to a lot of networkers and they don't even know what this is. I would venture to guess that a majority of network marketers don't use things like, a Hootsuite, CoSchedule, where you can schedule your posts ahead of time. And we'll schedule a month's worth of posts rather than me having to every day, think about what I'm going to do and then go do the post. Now I do a lot of spontaneous posts, but something like that would completely leverage your time where all your stuff is done for the entire month with social media. We just released, within, I don't know exactly when I'm releasing this, but many of you had a chance to be on a webinar that I did with an incredibly powerful new piece of technology. Again, I said it before, I'll say it again. I really think this is what we call a unicorn. How many times have you seen a unicorn? Probably never, neither have I. That means nothing like this has ever hit the network marketing profession. And when it comes to leveraging yourself with what you do on social media, this is the single biggest game changer I've ever seen hit the entire network marketing world ever. And I've been doing it for a long time. I've seen some cool stuff come along, but nothing like this. So in fact, I'll put the domain on this screen so you can see it. If you missed the webinar, you don't know what I'm talking about, and you do business on social media, this will totally shift everything for you. It's toddfalcone.ai. That's the website you want to go to. You'll see it right here on the screen. And more importantly, for your team members, here's the thing, people that don't do network marketing they're not on Facebook every day posting Instagram, doing reels, that kind of thing. They need a tool like this. And now never again are they going to have to worry about, oh, what am I going to say? I don't feel motivated to say anything today. There's days where I don't feel motivated to say something, but thank God I've got this AI tool that helps me to come up with creative ideas in my own language, in my own way of saying it. It picks up on your personality and your style. So again, if you missed that within the last couple days, you're going to want to go take a look at it immediately, because that to me is one of the single biggest, I would say that is the single biggest tech game changer that I've ever seen in network marketing. And for those of you that have followed me for any period of time, I'm not a big hype dude. I might get excited about something, but that's just not my thing. I'm pretty low key, but this is a game changer. What about onboarding? Onboarding your new reps or your new customers, right? So if I want to make my life easier, if you want to make your life easier, you should have an automated onboarding process. Boom, you're in. First thing you do is you go to this website. Let's just make it up here, toddfalcone.com. Right at the top of the page, it says, I'm new, what do I do? Oh, that's pretty okay. Or some kind of very simple language. Oh, I'm brand new, what do I do? Click here, they click there. Welcome to the team. Here's your first 2-3 steps that you need to get checked off within your first 24 hours. The taking the manual stuff out of it is absolutely important. So having, a lot of people provide support through Facebook groups, which is a fantastic idea. It's a great idea. I'm not saying don't do that at all, but whatever you can do, think about this, anything that you do in your business that you repeatedly do over and over again, you could probably automate it. You can probably have some tool do the work for you. So take a look at your onboarding process. Is there a way for you to simplify it, streamline it, make it easier for people to access 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? Okay, so here's another one. What about presentations? Now, I get it, most people, but it's not all, because I run coaching programs and I have people that manually get presentations. They'll literally go do a sit down with somebody. Yep, believe it or not, people will sit down with somebody like this and have a chat, and I'm going to talk to you about what my business is and maybe flip my laptop around and kind of show you some things. That still happens to this day, okay? There's lots of people that, in fact, that do it that way. And even if you have tools and technology, and here's the thing, I love live experiences, like a live Zoom opportunity presentation. Those are incredibly powerful. Why? Because they can feel the energy. They see 300, 400, 500 other people on a Zoom. They're thinking before the presentation ever even started, what the hell is this thing? What is this? Why are all these people here? In fact, I'll share something with you real quick. The very first, when I got started in network marketing, 3 months into it, I went to a seminar. I didn't even know what a seminar was. I went to this first seminar, and I was in the business for probably 3 months, and I saw the 20 people that were working in this office. That was that's all the people that existed in my world in network marketing. I was like, okay, cool. But then I show up for this big this 3-day seminar, and all of a sudden I remember walking in the hotel, and there was 600 people in line to get into this event. And immediately I was like, wow, this is so much bigger than I thought it was. I had no idea. Like, wow, all these people. I'm like, wow, this is way bigger than I thought it was. So it was a belief builder for me. So if you're running live events or live, let's call it live Zoom, for example, a weekly or 2 times a week live opportunity presentation, which is manual, right? Because you got to be there and you got to have your other reps there to provide social validation and testimonials and all of that. But I'm just going to kind of say this: the only way that works, and this is the only way it works, is you have to get full buy-in from everybody, because you can't be sitting there like, oh, we're crushing it, this business is amazing, our business is booming, and then you invite somebody to a Zoom, an opportunity Zoom, and there's 2 people there, one eating chips and one laying on the couch. And by the way, like, let's step up our game a little bit. If you're ever on Zoom, you should be upright. You should have decent light. You should be dressed, fully clothed, like just basic etiquette. Believe it or not, I've seen some crazy stuff. I've seen naked people on Zooms, naked people I never wanted to see in my life. I see people laying on the couch, eating a cheeseburger, drooling cheese down their face. It's not attractive, and it's not good etiquette when it comes to being on a Zoom. But again, even if you're doing a live Zoom presentation, and maybe that's what you're doing right now. I know teams that do that. They do opportunity Zooms 1 day a week, 2 days a week, some of them 5, some of them 7 days a week. Man, that gets exhausting. If I'm sitting there going 7 days a week doing a Zoom, and it's just me, well, first of all, if it was me and I was going to stick to a live Zoom presentation, you know what I would do? I would grab other leaders. Todd's got Monday, Susie's got Tuesday, Bill's got Wednesday, so-and-so's got Thursday. So my commitment is to actually do the presentation is only 1 day per week. So they're right there. You're leveraging leadership. You're leveraging the talent that's in your organization. Why should you be doing all of the work for everybody? You want to get people to step up and be in a better position. It's going to make them feel better. It's going to make them feel more welcomed and part of the team. They're going to trust me when I say this. If you haven't helped someone step up into a leadership position, that's one of the greatest things that you can do. Let's talk about leveraging social validation. Okay, what is social validation? Just to be clear, it's when an individual gets to hear. It could be in the form of a story. It could be in the form of a testimony. Somebody saying, hey, my name is Todd Falcone. Prior to trying these products, I was sleeping all day and I had anxiety attacks all the time. And, I've been on this product for the last 6 months. I am resting better than I ever have. And I haven't had an anxiety attack in 6 months. Okay. I mean, that's just a quick example. So if somebody was dealing with anxiety attacks, or they were dealing with, sleep issues, hearing that story would probably be an effective means of helping that individual come closer to making a decision. So I think you probably know what social validation is, but have you ever thought about leveraging that? Like, why wouldn't you get like your top 50 testimonies and put them onto video in a link that I can just text to somebody? So if I'm talking to, I don't know, an aircraft engineer, like I talked to my aircraft engineer buddy the other day, and I happen to be on the phone or engaging with somebody who's got a similar background, I'm like, bro, check this out. This is a friend of mine who's in the business, who was a former aircraft engineer. Check it out. 2-minute video, and it's the perfect match. It's the perfect match. I don't then have to get the aircraft engineer to get onto a 3-way call. I can just utilize the asset, the recorded asset, that then provides that person the information. So just think about, what can I leverage in order to maximize my efficiency and everybody on my team? Because if it's always reliant upon you having to be there or this person having to be there, you're not really taking advantage of the full aspects of leverage. Yeah, you got leverage from the standpoint of your check and people and all of that, but there's all these other little things that you're probably not leveraging. What about your calendar? How about your calendar? There's things like Calendly, okay? So if you wanted to schedule a meeting with somebody, they can just pop over to your calendar address. You got these windows of time that you are available, and just they can pick the time. Rather than I have to get on the phone with you, what time works for you, what time works for me. You know your schedule and what's going to work for you. They can just pick a time and they can book it in your Calendly. That's another thing. Okay, let's talk about Reels and Shorts, okay? I used to pay a guy $1,000 a month to take a video like this and then shrink it down into 60-second clips that have captions on them. That's what I used to do. And it cost me $1,000 a month to get 30 of those. And then, okay, well, I didn't want to pay the money, but I paid the money because I needed the reels, I needed the clips. And so I did that, and then AI comes along, And, again, AI is changing the game, man. Like, I use opus.clip. There's several of them, but opus.clip is a very powerful tool. It's incredible. It'll take a video like this in full widescreen format. It will bring it down to where it's vertical, like it shows up on a Facebook reel or an Instagram reel, and it'll add the captions. It'll actually hear what you're saying, and it'll put the captions on there. I did for over a year. I've done that. I've taken long form video. I've shrunk it down. I have discovered, by the way, just a little note to you guys, if you're taking long form video and you're shrinking it down into a clip, like a shorter 60-second clip, and using AI to do it, which you should be, the challenge in terms of getting people to click on those reels is they're lacking the hook. Okay, every great reel has a hook, the thing that stops the scroll. And so if you're doing like this, a long form video, which I could probably take this and clip it down, it's not going to be as powerful as if I just did, okay, I'm going to do, like the other day, I think I did 12 60-second reels. I just sat in front of the camera just like this, picked my point, talked about it, stopped it, did another one, stopped it, did another one, and then I took each individual clip, which is like 60 seconds or less, and put it into opus.clip, and it added the captions for me. If I had to sit here and try to figure out, I'm pretty good with software and tools and Final Cut Pro and all that. If I had to do all that myself, oh my gosh, I would probably, I don't have any hair left, but I'd probably pull the hairs that I had left in my head trying to figure out how to get captions onto a video. Some people are experts at that because they've done it for a long time. AI enables you to do that. So think about all the things that you're doing that you could potentially sub out to something else or someone else. Any moment of time that you can save where you can take that to go spend time with, for me, I want to go spend time with Carla or my kids. Or maybe I'm freeing up more time to be more effective at revenue producing activities, because sitting there and doing video production for hours on end, while it may produce revenue, it's not an immediate revenue producing activity. So again, you want to be thinking, what can I do to utilize different tools to help me be more efficient so I have greater leverage and greater automation in my business? So that's my message to you. That's my lesson to you. And again, if you happen to have missed the webinar that we just did, you want to go to toddfalcone.ai and go look at this tool. I think that every network marketer who does anything on social media, this is like a must-have. Like when you get up in the morning, you put your pants on, you get dressed, you brush your teeth. This is one of those things. And I've never seen anything come into network marketing that is this impactful, that truly every single person in network marketing should have and should be using. And once you start digging into this thing, you're gonna be like me. Your mind is going to be blown, and you're gonna be, yes, Todd, you're right. It's a unicorn. So if you're on my podcast, appreciate you guys. If you're on my YouTube channel, what's up, YouTubers? All the details on this episode are right here at toddfalcone.com/episode 304. Until next time, stay fearless, my friends, and we'll see you.